Oh, what's up, bro? How are you doing? You're depressed and you feel like killing yourself? Say less. Keep watching this video. Because today, I'm going to teach you how to become more likable. And again, we've got our three questions. Why should I become more likable? Where am I going to become more likable? How do I become more likable? You should become more likable, bitch! Because it makes life so much easier to navigate. And you're strolling instead of crawling. You're going to have better friends that you actually like hanging around with, that you can be yourself around. You can make friends easier, not to mention. You're going to have better job opportunities. If you're at an interview and the interviewee likes you, motherfucker, you're going to get that job. If you're interested in a sexual partner and they already like you, they're going to be more interested in exploring romantic feelings with you. Where are you going to become more likable? Everywhere. Where aren't you going to become more likable? The gym, your social group, your family, a night out at the bar or the club, your job with your coworkers. Everywhere. This is going to benefit you everywhere in life. Guaranteed. Money back guarantee. Give me your money first and then I'll give it back. How to become more likable. This is the harder part of the video, but we're going to go through it anyways. So I've got 6 or 7 fairly easy tips and tricks to become more likable. And I'm going to list them out here because I'm going to do a little bit of editing for this video. I actually feel a bit motivated. So a strong introduction, which correlates with first impressions. You would have heard about first impressions and how important they are since the dawn of time. So to make a really good first impression, you want a strong introduction. So the best way to do this, I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to do 3 of these tips all in the one go. All right. Tell me if you can figure out what they were. Hey, I'm Ryan. What's your name? Oh, Rebecca. Oh, nice to meet you, Rebecca. All right. So what I did there, I introduced myself with strong conviction. You know your name. Say it loud. Say it proud. Eye contact. A smile on your face. The more aggressive you can smile at someone, the more effective. They'll just want to open their whole body up to you. Physical touch. Oh my god, there's 5. Physical touch, very important. And the most acceptable physical touch that you can perform on another human being is a handshake. Alright, it's like dogs sniffing each other's assholes. It's totally normal. And 5, their name. Oh my god, the sweetest sound in the world is your own name. So if you can get all of those in the first introduction, which takes 5 seconds, baby, game over. You will have made the best first impression that you could be a serial killer and that person will still think very highly of you. Being quick to laugh. I have a friend called Steven, and this motherfucker, he's probably missing out on all of these tips bar this one tip. He has always been quick to laugh. And I'm telling you, this guy is one of the most likable guys I've ever come across. I've been friends with him since I was 14 years old, but anytime we meet someone new or I see him with other people, everybody just likes him so much. And one of the reasons is because he's very quick to laugh. I feel like the funniest guy around him because he laughs at most of the things I say when I'm making jokes. So this one can be a bit tricky. When he does it, it seems so natural, and that's why I feel so funny. But if you haven't been used to doing this, it's going to seem a little bit fake maybe at the start, and people are going to tell. They're going to be able to tell that you're faking a laugh. And, you know, personally, if I make a joke, I would rather that the person just didn't laugh at all instead of giving me a fake laugh. But there's only one way to get good at something, and that's practice. So next time you're with someone, a coworker, a sexual interest, or a friend, and they make a joke, and you can tell it's a joke because they maybe smile at the end of the delivery or they laugh themselves, laugh with them. You don't have to go overboard. Here's my laugh. Okay, let's say someone makes a joke and they're like, oh, what's the deal with trees? They're like people but without arms. Didn't seem that fake, did it? Because I'm used to doing it. That's actually that's how I laugh. So it doesn't seem so fake. Tip 2 is to build on the joke. So if someone makes a joke, oh, what's the deal with trees? They're like people but with no arms. You'll go, I know, like, especially when the wind is blowing and they're like doing this awkward, like, look at me, I'm a tree. If you can build on someone's joke, baby doll, everybody wants to feel like you get them. You get their sense of humor, their personality. So when you build on someone's joke, they're going to love you because they're going to think that you guys are quite similar in your sense of humor. And that goes a long way. And again, all of this is probably going to feel unnatural if you're a beginner. But the only way to get better at it is through time and practice. And eventually, you will just become this person. You will automatically do all of these things and you will just become a likable person everywhere. Compliments. Freely complimenting someone. Genuine compliments. The reason I say genuine is you ever see two girls talking and one of them is like, oh, how do you think I look in this selfie? I think I look a little bit fat. My skin looks blotchy. And the other girl will be like, girl, what are you talking about? You look amazing. Oh my God, your eyebrows are fucking on fleek. And then the other girl's like, thanks. Like, you can tell that nobody's getting any benefit from this. Okay? There's no need to use a fake compliment. If you're someone who doesn't compliment people very much, this is going to be tricky. But again, start with something you genuinely like about the person. And we're going to go into two categories here. Physical, personality. Physical is an easy one. If you want to just get a quick, easy compliment in, the physical is the way to go. But you'll notice, again, with hot girls particularly, they're sick of hearing it. They always hear about how, oh, you're so fucking beautiful. You're so sexy, babe. Oh, you're so fucking hot. You make my dick hard. They're sick of hearing that because they hear it all the time. Well, no, I lie. They're not sick of hearing it because nobody's ever sick of hearing compliments. They are the best. They are the best. But for a hot girl, for example, if she keeps hearing the same ones, they're less effective. So if you can compliment a girl's personality, oh my God, dude, you've done it. You have done the impossible. For example, I'm going to give you two examples. Physical. All right, let's say I'm meeting a guy for the first time. His name is... Well, we'll just go through the introduction again. And he's wearing a shirt that I really like, that I could see myself wearing. Well, I'm going to say to him like this. Hey, I'm Ryan. Jack? Good to meet you, bro. Hey, I love this shirt, by the way. Sick shirt. Where did you get it? Trust me, his dick is going to get hard even though he's not gay, and I'm not gay. But dicks get hard regardless. Every second in the universe, a dick is getting hard right now. That's a physical compliment. It's going to go a long way. Now, personality, all right? Let's go back to Rebecca. You've already met Rebecca. You're friends with Rebecca. You work with Rebecca. And in work, you have a moment to have a little conversation. And you just say something that you have genuinely admired about her since you've known her. And it's her ability to make friends. All right, so you'll say, hey, Rebecca, I just wanted to say, I really like how good you are at making friends. Like, you make it seem so easy, and I really admire that. I think it's so cool. Game over. I promise you, if you can compliment someone genuinely and compliment their personality, especially with someone you're attracted to, you'll thank me later. Genuine curiosity. Have you ever talked to someone about yourself? I'm sure you've done that loads because everybody loves talking about themselves. But you ever talk to someone and you're watching the person listen to you and you can kind of see how much effort it's taking them to listen. That's not how it should be. But that is how it is with most people. And you can tell. And it's not nice. I want to know when I'm talking to someone that they genuinely have an interest in what I have to say. So again, this is going to take time and practice. For example, I was at the bar a couple of months ago with a girl, and this old guy came up to us. And he was a bit of a nuisance. You know, when these old people come up and they're trying to be cool and trying to make conversation, but just go away. Didn't want him there. But you know what? I've trained myself to have this mindset of everybody has something to teach you in life, all right? Whether they're a fat creep that smells of Doritos and cum, they're an old racist asshole that serves no purpose. He should probably just not exist anymore. I don't know why I'm listing off examples of terrible people. But everyone has something to teach you. There's value to everyone if you can find it. So this guy's chatting away. He's talking some shit about his fucking wife that he's been married to, his Filipino wife, and how he's had to deal with racism in the 80s in Ireland growing up with her. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody gives a shit. But I do. So I thought, okay, if this guy's going to absolutely drain us of energy, the vampire, and waste our time, I'm going to see if I can learn something from him. So something I'm genuinely curious about is relationships. People who have been married a long time. Because I want to be good at marriage. You know, I want to have a good marriage that works well and not marry the wrong person or make bad mistakes in a marriage. So I asked him, I said, David, see how I use his name? Midway through conversation, David, what's the best thing about being married? And he went on to talk some shit about the good things about being married. And then I said, and what's the worst thing about being married? And then he went on to talk about the worst thing. And do you know what I learned from him? Nothing. I can't remember what he said because he had no value. But you just never know until you try. So if you can have that mindset of knowing that people can offer you value no matter where they come from or who they are. Just always be curious. And eventually, you won't have to fake it anymore. You will just genuinely be curious about everyone and they will be able to tell that. They will feel listened to. They'll feel heard. They'll feel good in your presence. So these are most of the tips that have really helped me to become likable. Just to recap them again, the most important is first impressions. So a strong introduction. Remembering someone's name, remembering to use their name even midway through the conversation. They know you're talking to them, you know you're talking to them, but I promise you, it's the sweetest sound in the world is someone else's name, their own name. So don't overdo it, but every now and then, use their name. Being quick to laugh, building on the joke, that will go a long way, I promise you. Like I said, my friend, this is one of the only tips that he uses, and he's one of the most likable people I've ever met. Genuinely complimenting someone. Everybody loves compliments. Everybody needs a compliment now and again. So if you can compliment the personality as opposed to physical, that's going to get you way up here. Genuine curiosity. Genuinely being in what people have to say. And the way that I go about that it's not draining or an effort to listen to someone, is to find something that you might be able to learn from this person. And in the worst case scenario, just giving people your time and attention goes a long ass way to becoming more likable. Oh, bonus tip. I forgot about this one. Being positive. Nobody likes being around negative people. It's draining. You know that person that just complains all the time or is just always negative about everything. Trying to be more positive about things in everyday life is definitely a big key to being likable. People will want to surround themselves with you because you always make them feel that life is worth living. There's hope out there. There's a silver lining to every cloud. So get out there, practice these tips. There's no point watching a video and thinking you're just gonna be more likable. You have to practice these tips. If you can remember at least one of them, they'll go a long way. I promise you. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And until the next one, do it with me. Breathe deep. Smile big.